All right, you get to take a look at my disaster of a desk. I got an email this morning. Somebody was saying they wanted to know about gold nuggets. Why are they not for sale? So right now I'm just adding gold nuggets to the website. I don't know, I have more nuggets than this, but I ran out of containers, so I had to order some more containers. And I'm just, doing these one by one. And yeah, putting those on the website. This is kind of time consuming, so it's taken me most of the morning. It's already 11 a.m. and I've been at this for like 2 hours now. Shouldn't take too much longer. I am here and I only have these couple to go. I should be in the shop by maybe 2 p.m. and then we can finish up that ceiling, hopefully. Hey, good morning. It's April 24th, 2022. It's very echoey in the shop because I have pretty much the entire ceiling done, almost. I think we're gonna finish it either today or tomorrow. There's still a lot of cutouts and stuff to do, and we have to install the ceiling fans and cut out for those and everything. But yeah, I think we're like 2 or 3 days, maybe a day or two away from finishing the ceiling. This morning I ordered my Ingersoll Rand 80-gallon Type 30 air compressor. We're gonna be building an air compressor room. We're gonna be building a dust collector room. And the reason we're gonna be doing that is because the air compressor and the dust collector make a lot of noise constantly, and we don't wanna have sound pollution inside of the film studio area or the wood shop. I mean, who wants to hear that stuff, right? So the air compressor's ordered. It'll be here the first week of May. So we have, 2 weeks to accommodate for that. What else? The back, the western slope, as I like to call it, where all that hay is back there. I'm trying to grow grass after I pulled out all those stumps. Still no grass, but I'm still watering it. That's enough about that. What else? Yeah, pretty much today I'm gonna work on the ceiling, just installing hopefully the last of the tongue and groove. Depends on how motivated I am or lazy I am to see how far we get. Hopefully I can finish it. I'll have some time lapse running here so you can see the progress of that. I should have enough wood left. There's not a lot left to go up, but like I said, I'm gonna have to spend a little extra time in this section of the ceiling because I have to do some cutouts and cut out for those ceiling fans. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. We can certainly do the reading the comments at the end of the video. So if you have a question or a suggestion or a comment or whatever, just leave it below and I'll read it on tomorrow's video. Since these are daily uploads, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see every day. So anyway, let's get to work. Okay, so this side of the shop is the northern side of the shop. Sun does not shine back here. So this is wasted space pretty much, right? Right now there's just some trash back here. I got some tools. There's a bike embedded in a stump back here. All this stuff needs to be taken out, leveled, and this is where I want to have my dust collection system. Probably, I don't need it that high. Like, it doesn't need to be that big of a room. I just need it to accommodate the dust collector and the air compressor, and each are going to be in a separate room, soundproof room. Both of those rooms need to be vented because they need both of those machines need airflow, and I'm going to have to run 220 volts from the main breaker, probably outside around the back that way, so I don't have conduit going through the shop. First things first, I would have to level all this out, yank these giant stumps, and I'll back up so you can see. There's a little bit of room there. The rooms don't need to come out too far. They only need to come out maybe 3 feet at the most, so maybe halfway, and that'll give me access to the doors to empty the dust bags and maintain the air compressor. And I still would like to have a tool shed. I think that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna get rid of, some of this stuff here, level it out, pour some concrete, tool shed for the lawnmower and just all these random tools that are laying around. All right, we're finally at the area where we're gonna have to take this bracket down or just disconnect it, put up our tongue and groove, and then replace it. We might actually have to go 2 rows because it's like right on the border there. But all we need to do is take a 1/2-inch socket. We're gonna actually have to readjust this as well. So when I take that bracket and bring it down a little bit, we're gonna have to adjust this back up to compensate. So we're gonna have to do that as well. So here's the idea on detaching that and then reattaching. So as you can see, I have 2 strings attached. I just tied them on. So now I have to take those strings and attach them to the rafters. And what that's gonna do is it's going to stabilize. When I unscrew this, it's not gonna fall down. It's gonna be attached to the rafters, so I don't have to worry about it. Everything will stay in place basically. It's just so I can temporarily disconnect it, put the board in, and then reattach them directly there. So the question is, how do I attach these strings to the rafters? So I'm just gonna take a washer and I'm gonna tie the ends of these strings around the washer and then screw the washer directly into the rafter. So it's just a quick way to do it. I'm sure there's a million other ways to do it, but that's the first thing I thought of. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so instead of using washers, I had these little brackets. So I just tied one end of the parachute cord to the bracket itself, the other end to the small angled bracket here. And we'll just attach this right to the rafter. And then that way, just in case this bracket decides to move when we unscrew it, it's only gonna hang this far, right? Which will be great because then I can work around it and won't have far to move when I have to replace it. All right, it seems to be supported by the rail down below, but these strings, I mean, totally big help. Now I'll just install the next tongue and groove board. Nail it up there. All right, so the place where it has to attach is right on the seam. So what I have to do is I have to move these brackets up a little bit further. We have to put the next row in and then attach it after that next row is in. So for now, I'm just gonna let this hang. We'll continue on with this row. We'll come back with the next row. And then when we get to this, we're just gonna pre-drill for these big lag screws and then just send them on in. I also went ahead and moved these guys up 1 notch because it's gonna be coming down a little bit. I did it for both sides. Now we have this thing here that can catch you and, you know, take your scalp off. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably trim those flush at some point. This is information I was looking for when I was getting ready to do my tongue and groove sealing. I have it pointed down here to my tool belt so I can show you what I have. So any finish nailer should be okay. This is a 15 gauge finish nailer. There's the cordless one. And I'm using 2-inch 15 gauge nails for that. Also, this tool here, I just made it. It is just a pry bar that I use for gold prospecting, but I was trying to figure out a way to get like into the tight corners and then pull. And I couldn't, like, once you have a 12-foot board up there, you can't go up there and pull it. So I had to attach just a block there. And I just smacked this with the hammer. So I attach this and then beat it with the hammer and then it pulls it over, right? So that came in really handy for the edges. Pair of electrician's cutters. These are great for yanking nails. When you make a mistake, you got to pull a nail. This is perfect. It even cuts the nails flush. It's awesome. This is just a finish nail setter. So if any nails don't sink all the way in, you just smack them in with that to countersink them. I use a marker. The reason I don't use a carpenter's pencil is because I simply don't have one. Tape measure. A claw hammer. Razor knife, just because you should always have one of those in your tool belt. And, oh yeah, cut off blocks, right? So you can see there's some smash marks on the top of these. So instead of trying to hammer in your tongue and groove, just put this on top and use this to smack. So then this takes the beating and your sealing doesn't. And of course the miter saw. And this tool here, it's just it's basically a helping hand because I'm doing all this myself. So basically this screws into the rafter, this screw. You can see I've had a couple different holes in there that wore out, so I had to keep doing it, but I'm almost done. So I just kept the same ones. I have 3 of these. 2 pieces of wood attached to the bottom. That's the same thickness as, like, let's just say that this is the tongue and groove sealing that you're installing and it keeps hanging down and you can't hold it up. Well, then you would take this and you would hold it up and you would screw it to the rafter and then this holds it up for you. So this thing is like having a friend over, right? And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to include that in this video, and I may make this a separate video altogether. All right, I've got this thing all set up here. All we have to do is screw it in. I figured I would film the satisfying part here. Perfect. All right, we're a little bit past that first bracket and I'm working my way over and we're getting to this second bracket. Now this side's fine, I can easily disconnect that. But when we get over here, we have a problem. I had already drywalled over the other bolt. So how do we move this down, right? So I don't have an angle grinder, but that's what I think I need. I think I need an angle grinder to grind that flush, right? And then nail another 2x4 on the inside as a nailer, bring it down, and then with the existing holes, screw into that right there. So I don't have an angle grinder, I gotta go get one. So let's go to Home Depot. All right, so I bought an extra thing of blades for it because I understand the blades wear out pretty quick. The tool itself comes with a blade, and this is that one blade that I bought at Ace Hardware. And also this is an M12, it takes the smaller battery. So we're not gonna test it out until tomorrow when the battery is charged. I can't wait to try this thing out. That is gonna cut that metal, no problem, I hope. I mean, I've seen videos of these things cutting through nails, like 50 nails, just, maybe I could shave with it too. All right, we'll do that tomorrow. Let's go read comments and that'll be it for the day.